going to dive into the trending topic of the week, which is something that people are Googling, something people are asking about and curious about. And that for this week is trauma counseling. So we're going to kind of tackle trauma, what that is, what it looks like, how to kind of get counseling, and how that could even be helpful. So to start, maybe you could just tackle the definition of trauma. What does it look like to have trauma and to be in need of counseling for that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, trauma is really when a person has suffered some type of traumatic event, whether that is during their childhood or any type of experiences really in their adult years that really affects or alters their daily lifestyle, to where it is something that is just really disconnecting, if you will, their emotions to where they currently are versus where they would like to be. And so that trauma is so heavy and so strong in their lives and so present that it keeps them from getting to where they will, want to be, as we talked about before, in relationships or just maybe daily functioning or any area in their life to where it's just carrying an extra heavy load that keeps them from just kind of overcoming that and processing through that in a healthier way. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So what is trauma counseling? Does that look different than your typical average counseling session? What is that?
Yeah, trauma counseling, really kind of offers that support for those emotions and allows that person to slow down and take their time as we kind of dig a little deeper into that traumatic experience and gives that person that time to really um, uh, see what it is that has been blocking them from moving forward. And so we do take the time delicately to really explore what that person has been holding on to. It takes great care to make sure that we are providing that space for that individual because they may have been holding on to this for years. And so this gives them, the trauma counseling kind of gives them that platform to know that in this supported environment, with this, experience in counseling, that we're taking the time and the care to really help unpack with you, but then to really, help that person to understand how those experiences have been triggering them throughout their entire lives and helping them to process through that. Yeah.
Yeah. So good. So good.
Mm.
So, maybe, and I mean, you kind of just did it, but maybe just give me like, what can people expect when going into a trauma counseling session?
Yeah. So again, yeah, it really allows them the space. It allows them to be heard. It allows them to really start to explore maybe some of those experiences and feelings that maybe they've pushed behind them for so long that they've not dealt with, that they've not had the opportunity to make present so that they can, work past that and work through it. So, the counseling experience really gives them that safe space to where we can just take our time and, give them the care that's necessary to work through that and to really touch on the topics that, like I said, they may not have wanted to discuss for a really long time. But this gives them that safety, to where they can talk about it, to where they can deal with it, where they can process through it, and start to make those healthier connections in their lives as they are wanting to move forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Well, I mean, that's kind of covering exactly, what it is and, who could benefit from this and what to
Yeah.
expect. And yeah, so definitely an important thing to talk about because
Yeah.
I just think that trauma is so common and
Yes.
so many people have experienced it without even knowing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Without even knowing. And, some of it is a little bit more, overt, where some is a little bit, like you said, they don't even know that they've gone through it. And then, like as they've repressed it or just avoided it, this again allows them to really make the connections of that experience, and just really finding out what it has been or how it has been affecting them
Mm.
throughout their lifetime, whether it's in relationships, daily functioning, in feelings about themselves, when it comes to their self-esteem, or fears that they may be holding on to and not even realizing what it's connected to. So yeah, it is really important to allow individuals who have experienced that trauma to just have this time in their therapeutic process, to know, okay, you are supported as we're going through this, so that we can help you to identify those areas in your life where you may feel stuck, and it may be because of something that you've been through, that you didn't want to deal with, that you didn't even know that was there. You didn't know how it was impacting you in different areas of your life. So that's really important, to just help them to be able to acknowledge that, embrace it, and we support as we process through that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's so good. So good, Robbin. Thank you for covering that